Hey everyone, and welcome. We think of our homes as these super safe sanctuaries for our pets, right? But what if I told you there are dangers hiding in plain sight? Today, we're going to go on a little tour to uncover these hidden poisons and figure out how to truly protect our furry family members. Let's start with a number that really shows why this is so important. So check this out. 451,000. That's not just some random number. That's how many pet poisoning cases the ASPCA's hotline dealt with in a single year. It's a huge, staggering figure, and it tells us this is happening way, way more often than any of us would like to think.
So what exactly is lurking in your cupboards and on your countertops? Well, that's what we're going to find out. Think of this as a guided tour. We're going to go room by room, and I'll point out the biggest threats so you can turn your home into a true fortress of safety for your best friend.
All right, let's kick things off right in the heart of the home, the kitchen. I mean, it smells amazing in here. There's always a chance of a dropped scrap, but it's also probably the #1 spot for accidental poisonings. First up, let's talk about something called xylitol. You might not know the name, but you definitely know the products it's in. It's a popular sugar substitute, and it's in everything these days. Sugar-free gum, candy, even some brands of peanut butter and baked goods. Now, for us, it's totally fine. But for dogs, it's a completely different story. It's extremely toxic. So how does this stuff actually do the damage? Well, it's scary how fast it all happens. A dog's body absorbs it like lightning. But here's the kicker. Their system gets tricked. It thinks the xylitol is a massive sugar rush, so the pancreas just freaks out and dumps a huge amount of insulin into the bloodstream. And what does insulin do? It pulls sugar out of the blood. With that much insulin, it yanks out way, way too much, and their blood sugar just crashes down to dangerously, life-threateningly low levels. And you might be thinking it must take a lot, but it really, really doesn't. A dose of just 100 milligrams per kilogram of your dog's weight can cause that crazy blood sugar crash. At higher doses, around 500 milligrams per kilogram, you're looking at acute liver failure. For a little dog, that could be just 1 or 2 sticks of sugar-free gum. So here's the big takeaway. You have got to become a label reader. All right, next up in our kitchen tour of horrors, grapes and raisins. These are so common, right? For the longest time, we vets honestly didn't know the exact why behind their toxicity. But now we do. The culprit is something called tartaric acid, and its main target is your dog's kidneys. And one of the really scary things about grape toxicity is how sneaky it is. The signs don't show up right away. You might see some vomiting in the first 6 to 12 hours, but the real serious damage, that acute kidney failure, is quietly developing over the next 1 to 3 days. By the time a dog stops making urine altogether, the prognosis, well, it gets really, really tough. And of course, we can't leave the kitchen without talking about onions and garlic. I'm talking about the whole family. Leeks, chives, you name it. They contain these compounds that just shred your pet's red blood cells, which can lead to severe anemia. And don't think cooking them makes it safe. Powders, cooked onions, that little bit of onion soup mix, it's all dangerous. And I have to say cats are especially sensitive to this one. Okay, we've cleared the kitchen. Let's move on and continue our hazard hunt. The living room. The bathroom, even your bedroom can have some serious hidden dangers, especially when it comes to things like plants and our own medications. Okay, all my cat parents out there, I need you to listen very, very closely to this next one. This is non-negotiable. We're talking about true lilies, so things like Easter lilies, tiger lilies, daylilies, they are absolutely 100% fatal to cats. And I mean every single part of the plant. A nibble on the leaf, a bit of pollen on their fur that they lick off later, even just drinking the water from the vase can be a death sentence. And this really drives the point home. The difference between species is just night and day. If a dog chews on a lily, they might get an upset tummy, maybe throw up a little. Not great, but usually manageable. For a cat, it causes severe, lightning-fast, and usually irreversible kidney failure. Seriously, if you have a cat, there is zero room for error here. The only safe lily in your home is no lily, period. So what about those essential oil diffusers that are so popular? Well, they can be a real minefield. Your pets can get poisoned in a few different ways: breathing in the vapors, getting it on their skin, or grooming it off their fur. And again, cats are in a special danger zone here. Their livers are just not equipped to break down certain compounds called phenols. And guess what's high in phenols? A lot of the popular oils, like tea tree, peppermint, and citrus. All right, let's head into the bathroom, to the medicine cabinet.
This is a big one. It's so tempting to think, oh, my dog is limping, he seems like he's in pain, I'll just give him a little bit of my ibuprofen. Please, never do this. This is such a dangerous misconception. Common over-the-counter NSAIDs like ibuprofen and naproxen are highly toxic to our pets. Just look at the damage it can do to dogs. The effects are directly tied to the dose, and they are severe. At a lower toxic dose, you're looking at nasty stomach ulcers. A little bit higher, and it's kidney failure. Higher still, and you can see seizures and even a coma. And for cats, it's even more straightforward. There is no safe dose. Any amount is considered toxic. So the rule is simple. Never, ever give your pet human meds unless you are specifically told to by your vet. Okay, so we've talked about a lot of scary stuff. We've identified the problems, but what do you do if the worst actually happens? This is where we need to talk about something called the golden hour. It's a concept that can quite literally be the difference between life and death. So what is the golden hour? It's that first 60 minutes, that first hour, right after your pet gets into something poisonous. Your actions in this critical window, they are everything. Acting fast, and I mean fast, can stop that poison from being fully absorbed. It makes all the difference and dramatically improves their chances of pulling through. So here's what you do. Your emergency action plan. 3 steps. Step 1, secure your pet. Get them away from the source of the poison right away. Step 2, and this is the most important, call a professional. That means your vet or a poison control hotline immediately. Don't wait. Step 3, collect the evidence. Grab the box, the bottle, a piece of the plant if you can. That information is pure gold for the vets and toxicology team. These are the numbers. I'm serious. I want you to grab your phone right now, pause this if you have to, put these numbers in your contacts. ASPCA Animal Poison Control, Pet Poison Helpline, and of course your own vet's number. Having these saved when you're in a full-blown panic will save you precious seconds, and seconds count. All right, for our final section, let's switch gears to prevention, because an ounce of prevention is worth, well, a pound of cure, right? The best way to keep your pet safe is to make your home safe in the first place, and that starts with busting some common myths. Okay, here's a myth I hear all the time, that garlic is some kind of natural or safe flea treatment. Let me be perfectly clear, it is not. As we just talked about, garlic is toxic. It causes that dangerous anemia in dogs and cats, and there is zero scientific proof that it does anything to repel fleas. It's all risk, no reward. And how about this one, that you should give your pet milk if they eat poison? Nope, another dangerous myth. Milk is not a universal antidote. In fact, for most adult pets who are lactose intolerant, it's just going to cause vomiting and diarrhea, which makes things way more complicated for your vet. There is no magic cure-all in your fridge. So what can you do? Here are 4 super simple, easy-to-remember pro tips. First, do the counter surf test. Actually get down on the floor, see the world from their perspective. If they can reach it, it's not safe, move it. Second, high shelf holidays. When the candy and treats come out, they go high in a closed cabinet. Third, the backpack protocol. When guests come over, their purses and bags are full of dangers. Gum, meds, you name it. Ask them to hang them up out of reach. And last but not least, always read the peanut butter label. Check for xylitol every single time. At the end of the day, you are your pet's #1 advocate. You're their first line of defense. Their health and their safety, it really is in your hands. So after everything we've covered, I want to leave you with one question. What is the one change you're going to make today?